Hey guys, Guns Football here, back with another video. And today we are back with the Premier League predictions for Game Week 7. Hasn't the time flew by already, as we're 7 games into the Premier League season already. And just to let you guys know, it is now the 1st of October and FIFA 22 has come out today. I'm sure that all of you will be down the game stores like game whichever part of the country that's in to get the new game, either if that's on Xbox One, PS4 or PS5. I have got it now, and I will show you in this video, which I have got it on me right now. I can show you right now. Mbappe on the front of it. Decent background. I'm asking lots of you already got it, and I will be uploading it later on. I haven't even played it yet, but as soon as I've already done this. Right then guys, let's get straight into the video then. The first game is Manchester United versus Everton. Well, quite a setback for Man United last week as they've lost 1-0 to Aston Villa at home. And Everton got back to winning ways last week. Quite a routine win for beating Norwich, to be honest. They've had a really good start to the season, apart from one bad defeat, which was to Aston Villa. Apart from that, they've been pretty much good. I will say that Man United are probably going to win here, right? But it's not going to be easy, right? I might say that Man United might nick it last minute. Everton might go 1-0 up, right? And then Man United win 2-1, like the Villarreal game the other night. You look at that Villarreal game, Villarreal having so many chances but coming away with absolutely nothing. I think it will be one of those games again where Man United shouldn't win, but they do win. So Man United 2, Everton 1. So 2-1 United. Right, the next game now we got Burnley versus Norwich. Burnley were unlucky not to come away with 3 points at Leicester last week. And Norwich lost once again last week to Everton. I just can't see where any of Norwich's points are coming from. And I can't see where a win's coming from for Burnley. This game is really a relegation 6-pointer, really, a relegation game. I think Burnley are going to fancy this a little bit more because they have actually got a few points on the board and have actually shown a little bit of fight tonight, Norwich. I'd say for Norwich, this is one of the games they've got to win. As this is one of the other teams that are really low down. The rest are really high up. If they can't win this, I think they're down. Well, I think they are going to go down straight away this season. I think everyone does know that. But it could be Farke's last game tomorrow if he loses tomorrow. But they probably will keep hold of him, won't they? Until the end of the season at the latest. I think Burnley will nick this one. So Burnley 1, Norwich 0. Or I could see a 0-0 all over this here. So right to the next game now. We've got Chelsea versus Southampton. Well, Chelsea did lose 1-0 to Manchester City last week. I thought they were quite poor last week, Chelsea. And Southampton did lose last week. They lost to Wolves last week. And they were lucky not to get anything out of that game. So I think this will be a decent game, to be honest. And I think Chelsea will fancy it slightly more. And I do think Chelsea will bounce back here. So I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Southampton 0. Right, the next game now we've got Leeds versus Watford. Leeds last week again go 1-0 up and they lose 2-1. Rough start to the season for Leeds, hasn't it? Still got no win, but they have got a few. They have got 3 points on the board though. If they're going to win any game, I think it's going to be against Watford. But I can see it going to be another draw again for Leeds. Watford have picked up points. They have, and they got a point last week. I would say if any team's going to win here, it's going to be Leeds, as they have really got to start getting points on the board. Some of their top players from last season that were star players like Bamford and like other players like Rafinha and stuff haven't really got going happily really. I'm quite surprised really. The Rafinha's actually played well actually. I mean, players like Rodrigo and Bamford haven't really played well, and or Jack Harrison. I'm going to say it can be a 1-1 draw here. So Leeds 1, Watford 1. But Leeds do need to start getting some win from somewhere. Right, next game now we got Wolves versus Newcastle. Right, last week we beat Southampton 1-0. Finally it came. And Ralph's first goal last week as well. I don't think we were all that good last week. And it wasn't really a dominant performance. Maybe we were quite lucky to win 1-0. And Southampton were very unlucky not to come away with at least a point. Because they were probably actually better than us, probably. I'll say, against Newcastle, it always is a 1-1 draw, always across the board. But I am actually, after that 1-0 win against Southampton, I actually kind of fancy him a chance for a win here. We haven't won at home yet, and we haven't even scored a goal at home yet. So, but we are creating chances though, and I think against Newcastle, no disrespect to Newcastle, but to both of us, we're both struggling, and we both want to we really want to keep going and win at home in front of the fans. Because the fans have been brilliant to us, bearing in mind how bad we're playing at the moment. So I'm going to say we're actually going to finally do it. So Wolves 2, Newcastle 1. If you get 1-1, I'm putting a performance, then fair enough. But it'll be. But anything less than 1-1 it's not good enough. But I'm going to say that Wolves are going to do it, and I'm sure they will do a good job tomorrow. Right, next game now we got Brighton versus Arsenal. Two teams that are in really good form at the moment. Brighton, who have had a great start to the season, who are in 6th place, and they did win, and they got a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace last week. A last-minute goal from Neil Maupay. God, he's had a great start to the season, Maupay. And Arsenal, well, they certainly turned it around with a few good results, but they especially played well against Tottenham. 2 of the other results have been 1-0 wins, and they have played against Tottenham, and they did win 3-1. Against Brighton here, I can't decide a winner here, so I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. So Brighton 1, Arsenal 1. Our next game now, we've got Crystal Palace versus Leicester. Two teams that are quite low down in the table again. Palace 15th, Leicester 13th. Both teams got a draw last week. So I do think this game's going to be up for grabs here. I think Leicester have been rather disappointing so far, to be honest. Palace are actually trying to get somewhere now, and are actually trying to get on with it. Any team's going to get the win, I think, going for Palace, but I do think that Leicester will be able to get a point at least. So Crystal Palace 1, Leicester 1. Right, next game now, we got Spurs versus Aston Villa. Spurs lost 3-1 to Arsenal last week. That was a really bad defeat for them. They played very poor. For Aston Villa, great win away at United for them. I'm not going to lie here, I think Aston Villa will beat Spurs here. So, Spurs 1, Aston Villa 2. I'm being real here, so 2-1 to Aston Villa. Spurs do need to get their form back up though, really, because they've scored 4 goals so far. And I do think Nuno's under pressure despite him not being there very long at the moment. He is used to being a Wolves manager though, isn't he? Right, next game now we got West Ham versus Brentford. Kind of a London derby, you could say. West Ham are in good and they're in 7th place form with a win away at Leeds with a last minute goal from Antonio. We're playing a midweek win in Europa League as well last night. Top of their group, I believe, in Europe as well. And for Brentford, solid start, mid-table start, and a 3-3. What a thrilling game they had against Liverpool as well. 3-3 draw. So I do reckon it could be close here. I can't really decide anything here, but I'm going to say that West Ham are going to nick it right later on. So West Ham 2, Brentford 1. Right on to the really tight game here, which is going to be Liverpool versus Manchester City. Liverpool 3-3 draw against Brentford last week. Really disappointed on Liverpool's part to concede 3 goals against newly promoted Brentford. But he did also score 3 goals as well. Man City just about beat Chelsea 1-0 last week, but it was still a good result for them last week. But he lost 2-0 to PSG midweek though. They've got top players there still, but I don't think they're all good enough in big amount of parts though still, are they? I think it will be a tight game here. And for some reason, I do think Liverpool, as they're at home, I do think that they'll win here actually. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I do think they will here. So Liverpool 2, Manchester City 1. It could go Man City's way, but I just think that Liverpool might win for some weird reason here. So Liverpool 2, Man City 1. Right then guys, we are at the end of the video now, so if you did all enjoy the video, do give it a like, do subscribe to the channel, and also turn on your notifications every time I make a video. Have fun with FIFA 22 this weekend, and I'll try and start to upload this game guys. See you all around. Bye everyone.